The vast majority of people want to be respectful toward colleagues with disabilities, but many simply don't know how. The fear of saying or doing the wrong thing often leads to avoidance, awkwardness, or even unintentional harm. But the truth is that showing respect has very little to do with perfection and a lot more to do with understanding, listening, and responding with care and empathy. Hi, I'm Denis Boudreau. I work with leaders and executives who are no longer willing to overlook disability inclusion and want to transform their leadership approach from inclusive-ish to truly inclusive by championing accessibility. Today we're talking about disability etiquette because treating disabled and neurodivergent colleagues with respect and dignity means more than just being polite. It means removing barriers, creating trust, and making sure everyone feels valued and included. According to the National Organization on Disability, 70% of employees with disabilities choose not to disclose their disability at work because they fear bias, judgment, or being treated differently. That means that many leaders are unaware of the barriers their employees face and how much they could improve the work environment with just a few thoughtful changes. That's exactly what happened to Khaleem, a 25-year-old science fiction author who is blind and only retains a small amount of light perception. Khaleem recently started working with a publisher, and his manager assumed that because Khaleem was blind, he would need constant assistance with his workload. At first, the manager would jump in to offer help without asking, which left Khaleem feeling frustrated and underestimated. Khaleem had no problem handling his work independently, using a screen reader and other assistive technologies, but the constant help made him feel like his competence was regularly being questioned. After a while, Khaleem decided to address the situation. He explained how his screen reader worked and asked his manager to wait to be asked before stepping in to help with anything. His manager adjusted immediately and focused on providing the support Khaleem requested instead of assuming what he needed. As a result, Khaleem immediately felt more respected, more empowered, and better positioned to succeed. Good disability etiquette starts with listening and respecting personal agency. As a leader, you don't need to have all the answers. After all, being open and responsive to someone else's needs makes a much bigger impact than trying to anticipate problems that may not even be there in the first place. So how can you improve disability etiquette in your workplace? Here are 3 simple but powerful steps for you to consider. First, make no assumptions. Always ask before helping. It's human nature to want to help, but offering help without asking first can feel condescending. Instead of assuming, just ask, would you like help with that? And respect the answer you receive, whatever it might be. Second, respect identity preferences. Use person-first or identity-first language based on the person's preference. Some people prefer person with a disability while others prefer disabled person. Don't judge, it's not about what you think is more appropriate. If you're not sure, just ask what the person prefers. The key is to follow their lead and respect how they choose to identify. You'll find that this preference will vary widely from one individual to the next. And third, respect personal space. Assistive devices and service animals are extensions of that person. Don't invade their space by leaning on their wheelchair, touching their cane, or petting their service dog without permission. Think of it as the equivalent of touching that person's body. Treat them with the same kind of respect you'd show any other aspect of that person's personal space. You might have noticed that these steps are all about respect. No one is expecting you to be perfect before you can even practice good disability etiquette. What matters most is showing that you care enough to listen, adjust, and respond with respect. So here's your challenge for this week. Pay attention to how you interact with colleagues living with disabilities. Are you assuming what they need, or are you asking? What's one small adjustment that you can make to improve how you engage with your colleagues, employees, or team members? And I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a situation where someone's approach to disability etiquette made a positive or negative impact? Drop your thoughts in the comments below so we can all learn from your experiences. If you're ready to move beyond inclusive-ish and start leading with purpose, hit subscribe and join me for more insights on inclusive leadership. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.